So, how did you start with, working with tequila?
So my first work in the area of tequila, let's say, was in a research center with yeast and lactic bacteria in Mexico City. So I'm a biologist engineer, so it was just something in the laboratory with a white coat and making experiments. And by curiosity, I wanted to know how tequila was made. So I went to Tequila Town and fell in love with the agave smell. And I didn't know I would work one day in tequila industry, but I really loved it.
How many years have you been working with Calle 23?
So K23 has been ready, let's say, since 2007. At the beginning, it was not my aim to do a brand. I was working in distillery, making experiments, and some friends taste what I was doing, and they say, "Don't you do a brand?" So then I was like more working on the profile, and then the brand was ready. The profile was ready in 2007, and we really started to distribute in 2009.
What's the thoughts and vision behind Calle 23?
So yeah, in K23, what I believe in my personal life and at work as well is the vibe, basically. If we do something with our soul, if we do things well, I think things go well. And that's what I want to do. It's taking care of the plants, of all the process, making it for ourselves, first of all, not thinking about anything else. And I believe business arrives and works well if we first do it for family, friends and ourselves. We taste like blind tasting, and if we don't like it as much as what we were doing before, then we still have to work on it. So it's really something coming from here. So I don't have like a business background. My parents are teachers, so it's more something about sharing experience, sharing knowledge. So I've been basically educated like this. Do well what you do, and do always better what you can do, and that's what you have to do. So in my work every day is what I'm thinking as well is, first I have to do well, the product has to be, what is inside the glass is the most important, and then if I enjoy it, and if I think it's, well done, and then maybe people will like it. And let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, and if then things doesn't go well on market, then I will have to question myself, to ask, okay, what has been maybe going wrong? But so far it didn't happen, it's gone. But yeah, the aim is always to keep that and to keep that focus on only quality and enjoying things we do.
How is Calle 23 now compared to when you started out?
Yes, so since we first starting to export in the US, then we went to England, and now we are in, let's say, most of the country in Europe, and as well in Denmark. We are very happy to be there, and as well we are in Australia, India. And there's more country willing us to distribute. We really grow little by little because as well it's a pleasure. It's not only selling and exporting. What we like is to know every market, to be able to spend time and to create a relationship. So that's the way we want to grow organically, let's say.
How have you experienced the development in the world for tequila since you started out?
So yeah, the tequila industry is growing, but what I believe is what we realize and what we like in the tequila industry is like it's a family. So we enjoy helping each other, we enjoy knowing and showing, okay, if there's many different tequilas, there's no one better than the other one, you should taste, see what you enjoy yourself, and that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of different profiles. And it's what I enjoy about the evolution of the tequila industry, that even bigger brands now understood these things as well and are really like helping. When there's bartenders coming in Mexico, it's not only seeing one distillery. It's okay, you should as well see other friends and see what happens. So I think that's the evolution, and I like the way it goes.
So how do you see the future for tequila?
I think, yeah, in the tequila industry, people will start to learn. As you were mentioning, whiskey, maybe people before didn't know about blended whiskey and other kind of higher quality whiskey. It's the same with tequila. People first knew tequila about maybe getting drunk at 15 years old and then saying no more tequila in my life. And then they're like, "It smells good, what is it?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's 100% agave, you should be able to smell the agave, to enjoy it." And it's how people get back to the industry, to the tequila love, basically. So it's something I guess will still go and go more. Knowledgeable about tequila and respect about the product, because the plant takes so long to grow. So it's knowing everything that is behind these little drops, basically. What will be important as well is that we are always conscious about what is the raw material. We use agave. It takes 7-8 years to be mature, so that takes a long time. And we have to think in advance about how much we will need about raw material to make sure we will have in the future. So compared to other kind of spirits, it's something that is different. We can't produce like this from one day to the other one 10 times what we were producing before. So of course it's a concern, and it's something we need to work on. And thanks as well, it's a good thing that thanks to the CRT or as well the industry, people are conscious, and just some work done on that side.
So what do you do on a daily basis to focus on the environment and sustainability in your production? What do you specifically do?
So in K23, what we do is to keep always the relationship with the agaveros, with the agave producers, is knowing them, respecting as well their work. When the price goes down, is trying to find an agreement, because if it costs almost nothing for them, that what they sell doesn't cost anything, that in the future you will never buy from them. They will not be able to continue. So it's our interest to make everybody happy. So as well, when the price goes up, that they remember, as well that we are working together, hands in hands. So it's fantastic, because it's people that have really a culture behind. It's you work with the field, and it's being there and it's checking all the time how the fields are evaluating, when they will be mature. So you walk in the field, you check the sugar levels, and then you're like, okay, this field will be ready and we will use it in 15 days. So then you plan the harvest. So it's a beautiful work to do with the agaveros.
Yeah. So you focus a lot on the agave producers themselves, making sure everything is good for them. But what about yourself? I mean, I've met you this year at both Tales of the Cocktail. Now we're here in Berlin. So you got a busy schedule yourself. How do you stay healthy and happy and have the energy for all of this?
Drinking tequila.
That is tequila. Tequila's the answer.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that to make like marketing things or publicity, but that's my reality. When I drink 100% tequila, it can be K23, but it can be as well other brand. The day after, I wake up fresh.
You don't get hungover?
No. And I'm like, it's not like, oh my goodness. But the thing as well, I drink in straight. I'm not mixing with many things.
All right.
I will drink, some cocktails as well, but it's either a cocktail with tequila than I follow with tequila, and really, I feel super good the day after, and that's what saved me, I guess. In Mexico, my life is much more like quiet as well. My work is at the distillery, I go there early. I don't go, out every day, so that's maybe a difference as well. And I like it that way. And every Sunday, usually I go to Temazcal. It's like a sweating lodge. So there's a shaman or Temazcalero, and you go there. There's some stones that are, heated, and then you put some water to make some vapor. And it's a way that you can heal yourself and put out the toxin, and it's something like to make
sort of like a steam bath.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's like align yourself again, and it's what I enjoy to do on the weekends.
So how do you see the future for Calle 23? What do you have for future plans, markets, growth? What are you looking?
So with K23, so far my work was really to continue having the same quality and still growing because the markets are growing. We are in more countries, so as I said, it's organic growth, but still you have to produce more. So I wanted for a long time to continue with experiments. I had to put a pause because you can't be everywhere, but now that things are well and growing, like I understand better how it goes and it's easier to follow the growth. My pleasure is to continue with experiments, and then let's see what happens.
And will you be back in Copenhagen anytime soon?
Yes, I'm planning to come to Copenhagen in, I believe it will be in May, and maybe combining as well two other things I like. So it's biking and speaking, sharing my love about tequila and agave spirit and biology. So let's see if we can do it, but maybe a bike trip will be something to look after.
You have anything you want to say before we end?
Well, what I like to say when I go to a bar, and people who know me now know it, when they give me a shot to drink, I don't drink it like this because I know the time it takes and what is behind the production. So please don't take it wrong when you give me a shot and I'm drinking it little by little. And it's as well something I believe a lot of consumers, it will be good for them to know that tequila is not only these funny things, to shoot and to have between friends. You can as well enjoy it and take time to taste and.